Hello, everyone. Hi, my name is Christelle Abello. I'm 27 years old and I am a communications graduate and currently a full-time model. Three things I want you to know about me is that I am a risk taker. I love to have fun, and an interesting fact about me is that I actually had my very own Pia Words Back moment when I joined my very first pageant. I was accidentally announced as the runner-up when I had actually won that night. And coincidentally, it's also my third time joining a national pageant, kaya baka sign din siya na mag-align din yung stars for me this time around. Just like Pia's.
Your first question is, if you could be anywhere in the world right now, where would it be and why?
For me, that's a simple question. I would honestly choose Japan. My parents currently are living in Yokosuka, Japan, and there is nothing more special to me than valuing the time with my loved ones. And ever since I made my move here to the Philippines, it's really hard being alone, and I struggle with not being able to see them as much as I did before. So I would really cherish that time with my family and my loved ones in Japan.
With social media, anyone can be a social media celebrity by having a lot of followers. Do you think that celebrity is confused for achievement?
No, I don't think that celebrities are confused with their achievements or for their achievements. I think celebrities have definitely made their mark because of the work that they've done and the work that they've put in. I think that given their platform and their power, they do have a responsibility to be a role model to the youth and to everyone around them. And I believe that celebrities, for the most part, do a good job in maximizing their platform.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
The pandemic has definitely challenged me in all the ways possible. First of all, I am alone here in the Philippines, which makes it really difficult for me to just be away from my loved ones. And also, I came here to the Philippines. I left my secured job in California, so right now I am not making any income at the moment. But to be honest, I am just trying to make the most of my time, and I'm happy to be on this journey. Kahit mahirap siya.
Everyone, good afternoon. I'm Beatrice Luigi Gomez. I'm 26 years old and I'm from Cebu City. I love sport and my favorite game is volleyball. And when I have a free time, I go to the beach and I do scuba diving. And when I want to spice up my workouts, I do a few rounds of boxing, and I do most of these things with my girlfriend, Kate. We've been together for 6 years, going 7 in a few months. And in the height of the pandemic last year, we adopted a Pusang Pinoy and we named him after a chocolate bar. His name is Twix, and I'm very obsessed with my cat.
Bea, if you had the opportunity to live for 200 years, would you do it?
If I had the opportunity to live for 200 years, I would definitely do it. In just a few years' time, we try to crunch everything that we can to be able to do a lot of things and imagine the things that we can do if we live for 200 years, so I definitely will.
Do you think that being a role model gives the people the right to know everything about your personal life?
I believe they only need to see the goodness in me and not literally everything, especially not my personal life, but they just have to filter out the things that they can learn from.
Lastly, how has the pandemic challenged you?
The pandemic really did challenge, especially my mental health in the past year, and this year I struggled a lot, and I wanted to overcome all of those weaknesses, especially my social anxiety. I had overcome it in Binibining, Cebu, and when we were in a lockdown, I was forced to retract from society again, and now I'm glad to be able to be in front of everyone again through Miss Universe Philippines.
Thank you so much, Bea.
Hi, I'm Victoria Velasquez Vincent, representing my beloved Chavez. I am an architect and a heritage conservationist, and aside from being a lover of all things visually creative, I'm also a lover of poetry and anything underrated. So whether it be the food that people typically don't like or the places less traveled, you will always find me going against the grain. I am a Virgo, and the epitome of a Virgo at that, which means I'm obsessed with being organized and solving problems and nurturing the growth of those around me. Fun fact, you will never find anyone with a better memory than me. Whether it's your birthday, your phone number, or what I had for Christmas lunch in 2012, you best believe I will never forget it.
Victoria, would you rather be an Olympic gold medalist or Miss Universe?
That's a hard question because either way you are bringing so much pride to your country. But for me, I would have to say I would rather be Miss Universe because the prestige that lasts with Miss Universe is so much stronger than what lasts with an Olympic athlete, in my opinion. And with Miss Universe, you only have to do it once and you bring so much pride to your country. Whereas with being an Olympic medalist, you have to keep improving. Every year you have to do better and better. So for me, yeah, I think I'd go with Miss Universe, but also because...
Now, global warming has caused dramatic climate changes worldwide. As a beauty queen, how will you help in protecting our environment?
It starts with the changes that you make in your own personal life and then extending that and using the platform that we have in Miss Universe Philippines to encourage other people to do the same thing. So for example, for me, I have actually converted to being 90% vegan because I know that animal agriculture contributes to so much of the issues that climate change causes. And so even that minor change, I know I'm contributing to such a large issue, and I know that I can use my platform to encourage other people to do the same.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
Above all else, the pandemic has challenged me in a way that has made me both stronger and more independent. I spent the first year of the pandemic in New Zealand and had the privilege of having that safety and security, but I still chose to sacrifice all of those things and relocate to the Philippines in January. And if there's anything that journey's taught me, it's that you might need to make some sacrifices along the way and you might need to give up on so many things and let go of so many things in your life, but you should never let anything, not even a worldwide pandemic, get in the way of your dreams.
Hi, maayong adlaw. I'm Steffi Kirsten, Aberatsuri, proudly representing Cebu Province. So things that you should know about me is that I'm an island girl. So I really enjoy swimming with the fishes. I even saw a pregnant seahorse, and at the same time, I swam together with treasure sharks. Can you imagine that? Aside from that, I love visiting the farms, and I even vaccinated thousands of chicks. And lastly, I'm a Sinulog dancer and a woman of God. So that's it about me. Thank you so much.
So Steffi, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your beauty and why?
For me, I rate my beauty, of course, 10. I'm really blessed at what God has given me and also my parents because of that. For me, beauty is about being comfortable with your own skin, like knowing and accepting who you are. For me, that's really beautiful. And beauty is skin deep. It's not just about the physique, but it's what's really in here. For me, that's beautiful. That's why I rate myself 10. Thank you.
Do you think there should be stricter censorship on social media because of widespread misinformation, defamation, and cyberbullying?
For me, I totally agree with that. With now me as a social media person, as a queen plus Tindera, I've always been into social media. And it's really important for me to filter what I post and what I share. And now people are taking advantage of the disadvantages of social media. Like, we have to remind ourselves and put a borderline for us not to hurt other people. And remind that to make use of the social media the way it is designed.
How has the pandemic challenged you?
Okay. This pandemic, I've encountered so many problems, but I rose up and stand with this challenge. With this pandemic, I learned so many things, like the value of communication. Before, I never really asked someone, how are you doing? But with this pandemic, people mean so much to me. That's why with this pandemic, communication, life, and time itself is so important for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Steph.
Hi everyone, I am Leren Bautista. You can call me Leren. I'm 28 years old and I'm representing the province of Laguna. You might find my name unique because I find it different also. It is a combination of my parents' name, Les from my mother, Leticia, and Ren is from my father, Efren. I feel like I am the only Leren in the universe. Speaking of my parents, they are both full-blooded Filipinos, and I was born and raised here in Los Baños, Laguna with a very traditional Filipino household. Growing up, I was given a chance to enjoy playing outdoors, but not in your typical backyard setup. Naglalaro at tumutuloy ako sa tabing diles, sumasakay ako sa trolley, tumatakbo, tumakit ako sa...
Given the power to change a personal experience, what would you change and why?
Given the power to change something, I believe I would not change anything. Because with all the experience that I've learned all throughout my life, I gained something from it. I realized and realize and do something about it. And I feel like I don't need to change anything because I learned a lot from it and it makes me who I am today.
The pandemic has brought about widespread unemployment. Should a family with children with very limited resources spend it on food or on education?
I personally feel like we don't need to choose between the two because food and education are both important in our daily lives. So I feel like having that enough food for ourselves, it gives us enough energy to really study for our education and then in our future.
Lastly, how has the pandemic challenged you?
You know what? I am a COVID survivor and it really changed my perspective in life. My mom also got COVID and it's really hard because she's already a senior and I feel like I cannot live with my mother. So this pandemic really made me realize how life is important and how family is important to everybody. And we should take care and do not take advantage of the time that we have with our families.